All right, so today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at the STARTRC case for the Mavic 4 Pro. Now, when the Mavic 4 Pro first came out, there was really limited options when it came to hard cases. I have transitioned to storing all of my drones in a hard case. I still feel like this is the best and the safest method to transport your drones. With that being said, because the Mavic 4 Pro hasn't officially been released here in the United States, there are limited options. So STARTRC hit me up, asked me if I wanted to take a look at their case. They offered me a free case, which I'm not going to turn it down. They also gave me a list of requirements that I do have a bone to pick with them because you're just sending me a case. This does not pay my electric bill. This doesn't do any of those things. So I'm going to look at this, give my honest feedback, whether I like the case or not. I have a specific criteria when I look at cases, and we'll see if this case passes the sniff test. Let's get started. All right, so let's just jump right into it because after all, this is just a box that you put your drone in that can also be waterproof and be shock resistant to a certain extent. So on the exterior, it's just a hard plastic that can potentially scratch. You have just a subtle sticker here that just said hard shell case for the Mavic 4 Pro. On the outside, you do have some tabs here to be able to unlatch and latch. They seem to be pretty good. They're little push-in tabs. Pretty standard type of stuff. You have a heat vent right here. Again, it is weather sealed, and overall, it's a pretty well-made case. It's really not much different than anything else on the market. You got some red accents. Let's open it up and see what's inside. All right, so on the inside of this case, you can obviously store your Mavic 4 Pro. I have the RC Pro 2 here, but you can put the RC2 in here as well. There is an insert that can go in the center of here if you do have the RC2. On the right-hand side, you can store the batteries within the charger itself. So this is the Mavic 4 Pro charger, and that slips right down in here. You do have room for additional batteries. You can store up to 5 additional batteries. Now, if you have 5 additional batteries, you're pretty much in the top 1% of humans here in the United States if you have 5 Mavic 4 Pro batteries. Moving on, you can go ahead and store your spare propellers, probably right here, or anything else you want. Underneath the RC Pro 2, I have my charger folded up nicely, and that's probably going to be the best spot to be able to store that charger or anything else that you have. Underneath the Mavic 4 Pro, you can store ND filters or whatever's inside of this mystery DJI box. I don't know, that's strange. And then of course you can go ahead and put your Mavic 4 Pro back inside of there. Now, one thing to make mention of, you're not gonna be able to use the Mavic 4 Pro muzzle if you use this case. It's gonna be too tight, and quite honestly, the whole purpose of using a case is to not have the Mavic 4 Pro in that gimbal guard retainer. Matter of fact, I'm not even sure where my gimbal guard is actually. I probably need to find that. But the big question is, does this case smell like cat piss? Now, usually when I get cases from China like this that are not from GPC, they have a heavy chemical smell. So what we're gonna do right now is conduct a very scientific sniff test on this case to determine if it passes my requirements of not smelling like cat piss. So allow me, please. So after conducting a thorough sniff test, I can confirm that this does not, in fact, smell like cat piss. It has a very light chemical smell, which is good because oftentimes you open these cases up and it smells like straight up cat piss or anthrax. I don't know what neither really smells like mixed together, but if it did, that opening up one of these cases would be what that would smell like. But ultimately, this has no pungent odor when opening up this case. So if you opened up this case within your home or in your bedroom, your wife wouldn't think you would have stepped outside of your marriage because it smells perfectly fine. So all in all, I have to give STARTRC a thumbs up. I like the red accents. Red is one of my favorite colors. It's a nice case. subtle, no branding really anywhere other than on the exterior where it says hardshell case for the Mavic 4 Pro. So if you're walking through the streets of Philadelphia, people will know exactly what type of drone you have, and chances of being robbed go up at least 25% with this case. All right, anyways, I'll include a link in the description below where you can buy this case for the drone that you cannot have shipped to the United States. If you have any other questions or you're interested in this or other products from STARTRC, be sure to check that link in the description. They have ND filters and all types of accessories. Hopefully this satisfies my requirements for reviewing this case for STARTRC, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. As always, stay original.
Checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check.